Hello, this is Z-Man96 here, and we're back with my review of the newest episode of Grimgar, episode 11. So, let's see, we start off with a quick flashback of Mary, with their old party before they, Pat died. So, we got to see that. That was all triggered by seeing death spots, who we saw at the end of last episode. So, our hero managed to, get her out of her flashback, and they, attempted to escape. But, death spots, well, no, actually, they ended up taking shelter somewhere, and ended up running into the haunted corpses of her former party. They mentioned in an earlier episode that there was a curse where the dead would come back to life, like zombies or whatever. And I kind of figured that's where it was gonna go, because otherwise there'd be no point in them just going to the Siren Mines. So they encountered her old party, and apparently Mary learned a spell that would undo the curse, so that they could, rest in peace. So they started a fight, and it's pretty clear that the members of her old party are a lot better than Horror Heroes group. But the Horror Heroes group manages to hold their own, long enough, because they got bigger numbers, a total of 6 against 3. So, and they managed to get rid of them, and then Death Spot shows up, pursues them, and pursues them, starts destroying shit. It's clear the fucking guy, Death Spots is pretty fucking crazy. He's just destroying shit. And, Ronta ends up, getting separated from the group and, cornered with Death Spots and some of the other kobolds nearby, I think that's what they're called. While our hero and the others try to escape, choosing to believe in Ronta's skills that he'll survive. And, obviously our hero's not going to risk everyone's lives and like that. Making a smart decision there. So, and Ronta told him to go, so gotta give Ronta some props there. Yeah, in the end, Ronta's, standing there getting ready to fight Death Spots, while the others are making their way to escape. So, overall from this episode, I gotta say, I gotta give it to Ronta. He's got a lot of character development. I mean, we already knew he was the tough one. He's the fighter, and he's not gonna back down from a fight. And apparently he's not just tough with the weaklings. He's gonna be tough with Death Spots too. He's not running away, even though I think he is afraid, because when Death Spot showed up, he seemed as worried as Horror Hero was. So it makes sense that he's afraid, but he's still gonna fight. So, and not well, I mean, he really can't run. He's trapped, so he's gonna fight. Which I'm pretty impressed with him. I mean, I thought he is a dick. I mean, he really is, but he's pretty smart, and he's a tough guy. So yeah, I mean, it was definitely a good episode for Ronta. Like character wise, obviously not how it ended. That was not good for him. And as for Mary, I mean, she got some good closure. Allowed her party members to rest in peace, so that she can finally move on now that they're gone, and she's gone to the Syrian mines. So I think she's pretty good to move on. It'll probably be easier if they kill Death Spots, which I don't think they're actually good enough to do. I mean, unless like Ronta has some secret skill we don't know about yet. But I don't think he has anything in his arsenal that would, make it match for Death Spots, because Death Spots is pretty big. I mean, he was good enough to take out Mary's old party, and they were a lot better than the guys in our Heroes group. I mean, that's just a fact, so. Yeah, it's gonna be tough for him to actually take out Death Spots. But I think they'll probably figure out a way to do it next episode, but that's for next week's review. Now, let's see. I thought it was definitely a very good episode, especially for Ronta. But got some closure with Mary. the other characters really didn't do anything. They just, but they did, make statements that they had to get, stronger and improve to be, like in her old group. And it was definitely nice to see, some of the interesting ways that this part, some certain skills could be used. And, seeing like the thief member of Mary's old party fighting Ron to be able to hold him off. Showing their, I guess, defensive specialties as thieves. As thief. So yeah, that was good. It was definitely the most action-packed episode. In the past episodes there's like one fight and then there's a lot of talking. The fight's either at the end or beginning, but it was fighting throughout the episode, so that's pretty good. It might be my favorite. I'm not sure. So let's see. I don't really have anything else to say. Yeah. Give me a second. Yeah, that Death Spots guy seems a little pretty intense. So I'm honestly curious to see if they'll actually be able to overcome him. Like I said, they shouldn't be able to, but so things happen. There's always a chance they might run into another party who's down there and have to take them out that way. I mean, I could see that as a pretty realistic way, but any other way I don't see as realistic, even if all 6 of them gang up on him. I mean, I just think he's too strong. I mean, our hero had trouble just blocking, that one attack earlier. I think he might have fucked up his wrist doing it, so. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to next episode, which I believe is the finale. I believe next week is when all the shows are ending for the season, so kind of curious to see how it'll go. I'm hoping Rhonda doesn't die. I'm kind of really hoping all the characters don't die because they're all pretty likable, except for Shihoro. I don't know why. We haven't got any real character development out of her. I mean, she was pretty quiet in the beginning. It's like talks occasionally now, but still, we really don't know anything about her. I mean, we know more about the other characters than her because, one of the problems is she didn't talk her around, so we don't know jack shit about her as a character, and really don't have much reason to like her. At least I don't. Honestly, before this episode, Ronto was my least favorite of the group, but now he's moved up in my eyes, so I'm gonna say Shihoro is my least favorite now. Of course, I still don't want her to die. I just gotta make that clear. I want all of them to make it through, but in my eyes, she's the expendable one. So that's the end of my review. It was a very enjoyable episode. Looking forward to next week's episode, and hoping that everyone makes it out of this alive. So yeah, see you next week. This is E-Man96 signing off.